Just getting in from a wild 4th of July. We spent all day at Hershey Park. We were riding roller coasters, enjoying the water park with none other than Justin Timberlake. Okay, we got the invite, we showed up, we measured ourselves. We made sure we had the fast pass, aka everyone was out of the park. It's Justin Timberlake. You think he's going to wait in line? No way. I'm not waiting in line, let alone JT. We popped a couple Tylenols because we had a headache. And dude, I mean, we rode some rides. We had a blast. I mean, Justin Timberlake and I, we were stoned out of our minds. We rode the Great Bear for 2.5 hours straight. We literally didn't get off the roller coaster. They didn't run it. Like, it wasn't running. We just sat there because we were so out of it. I don't know. I thought he gave us Tylenol. Apparently, it wasn't that. So we rode the Great Bear for 2.5 hours. It was incredible. Going to Hershey Park with Justin Timberlake yesterday, probably hands down 10 out of 10 experience. Highly would recommend. Okay. And of course, then we got dinner. We took JT to the best restaurant in Hershey. It was fantastic. Of course, we got him a premium seat at the Red Robin across the street. We got some burgers. We got the freaking onion ring tower. We got Justin's bodyguard ordered the all new gold Olympic medal burger, which is like 3 patties. The thing costs $19.99. It's okay. Justin picked up the bill and it was fantastic. And of course, like directly after, we hopped back over to the green room. We watched a little bit of his concert from backstage. It was a smash hit of an opener. We had to leave early. We had to leave the concert early. Unfortunately, we had to, we jetted off to Michael Ruben's all white party. So not only did we get like 2 essentially impossible things done in the span of 24 hours, here's what happened. Okay. We got to Michael Ruben's all white party. And I mean, Michael Jackson was there, Kim Kardashian, Drake, basketball players, Lil Wayne, Drewski, the Migos. Like, I mean, there was everybody who, you know, the Kardashians. I talked to Bill Gates for 20 minutes. My life's changed now. My financial structure is now within a firm bracket that most people can't comprehend. And so now I'm like literally best friends with a few billionaires. And so it was insane. It was insane. And so, you know, it was an accomplishment. And honestly, this all manifested 72 hours ago. Just a mere 72 hours ago. We were just going to go see fireworks like somewhere nearby locally. 72 hours ago, I get the news. This YouTube channel, the What Are We Doing podcast, has gained 1 million views. We now have over 1 million views on this YouTube channel. And so once that news essentially broke, TMZ, everybody, TikTok, it went viral. And we got 2 different phone calls. One was from Justin Timberlake's team saying, hey, we know you're local. We know it's close to Mechanicsburg. You should come to Hershey Park. Justin wants to ride roller coasters with you. And then not a mere 10 minutes later, we get this invite. We got to go to BWI, be here at this time. There's a private jet waiting. On the jet is Jimmy, aka Mr. Beast. I call him Jimmy now because we're friends. And so since he was just filming with Kai Cenat for the July 4th bit, Kai was there, Drewski was on the plane, Andrew Schultz. We were the East Coast group. I think the Liver King and his wife were on our plane. It was insanity. So we fly to the all-white party, And I mean, once we get there, it's a starstruck moment. You can't help but just realize that there's billions and billions and billions of dollars in the same room as you. I mean, our little tiny private jet that was freaking awesome. Like, we flew in, there was Drake's jet right there, like 10 times the size as the one we flew on. So, like, clearly, like, I had no business being there. And then, so bam, we come back, and it's all thanks to you guys, because this YouTube channel hit 1 million views. And so we can't thank you enough. We just got back from the airport. We're beat, but there's an episode to be had. And so we had to hit record as soon as we got here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 148 of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, and boy, do we got some news. Listen, I told you. I said it, and I have to, unfortunately, for the final time, have to say it again. We were correct. And it's an emotional roller coaster of emotions that we're all feeling today, because the Stingray's dead, dude. She's dead. Charlotte the Stingray has passed away. Rest in peace. May you ever live with our founding father, Steve Irwin. Okay. You know what I mean? She's out. She's outie 5 thowie. We were bamboozled, okay? We were tricked. We were scammed. There was no crypto involved, but I know there was probably close to hundreds of thousands, maybe potentially closing in on millions of dollars worth of donations. But, it's one of those situations where she's dead. The Stingray's dead. She was never pregnant. It was never a situation that we were going to, have resolved or even talked about again, because Charlotte, the celebrity Stingray, who was declared pregnant without a male earlier this year, has died at the small aquarium where she lived in North Carolina. In a previous announcement, the aquarium called her condition a rare reproductive disease. We are sad to announce that after continuing treatment with her medical care team and specialist, R.A. Charlotte passed away today. The Aquarium Shark Lab by Team Echo said on Facebook Sunday night, "We are continuing to work with her medical care team and research specialists." The aquarium added that it is now temporarily closed, and it also thanked Charlotte's fans for their support while we navigate this great loss. Listen, they knew this is it. We figured it out. Okay. We called some people. We did some digging. We did some investigative work, and we talked to some people. Okay. We talked to some people in the zoo industry, and let me tell you what happens there. Okay. When animals pass away in public facing businesses such as zoos and aquariums, if those animals are relevant to the public and their direct reasoning for being at the zoo, they're not going to tell you immediately if the animal passes away. They will quickly replace the animal, or they will say that the animal's sick, or they'll take it somewhere else, or they'll say, hey, we're cleaning the tank, or whatever excuse they'll come up with. And then 6 months, 7 months, a year, if not 2 years later, they'll announce the unfortunate passing of their animals in the zoo. So what we're assuming happened here is that A, Charlotte was never pregnant. B, they knew that she wasn't pregnant from the beginning. And I think she probably passed away back then in January, like back when, maybe February, January. I don't know. But all I'm saying is, if you go back and you look at their TikToks, all of their TikToks that we've all based all of this story and all this virality off of, they're all voiceovers. They're not, I don't think they're recording those scenes live. So they could have had that footage of the stingray swimming around, the stingray that you all waited in line for after the viral moment of the pregnancy announcement. That could have been a duplicate. Like, how the fuck do you know that the stingray that you're looking at through the glass is the same stingray on the shark? Like, come on, dude. It's a stingray. We're not talking about a Joe Biden swap during the debate here. We're talking about a simple stingray. It doesn't take more than 2 phone calls to get the same looking size stingray in a tank to fool people if, in fact, something may have possibly happened beforehand. And then, boom, it goes viral. Uh-oh, we've got a dead stingray on our hands because it's a disease. How do we spin it? Oh, we've got this ultrasound. What else do you do when you have a disease like cancer? You get an ultrasound. What else do you get an ultrasound for? A pregnancy. Let's say she's pregnant. Oh, how could that be? There's one male thing in the shark. Oh, maybe there's a super rare disease. Who knows? They probably had no idea. They said it. They ran with it. It went viral. And then they cashed in on it. And I think if my conspiracy theory radars are correct, I think Charlotte's been gone and they've known. And the whole thing has been listen, I don't know. Megs might have said it. Megs might have said it. We're not sure. It's one of those, like, it's crazy. I mean, everybody was talking about the stingray. We've got an SNL bit. There's an SNL bit.
Charlotte, around stingray that has lived for years in a North Carolina aquarium without a male companion, is pregnant, making people wonder, who's the father and how did this happen? Here to comment is Charlotte, the pregnant stingray.
Michael, boy, do I have some news for you. You gonna be a daddy.
What?
When did SNL, I guess SNL is not like, SNL has diamonds in the rough now, right? Like, it's not funny anymore. We all agree. Everyone's on the same page that SNL is just like, there's a few episodes that we all kind of like remember. But as far as like, no one knew about this. And I mean, it's a half-baked bit. I love it.
Stop playing.
No, you stop playing. I'm a little on edge right now. All this attention is a lot for me. Maybe this fame stuff is normal for you, but you do not want to be a famous animal. You've seen how they did Harambe, right?
That's right.
Fair, but
Harambe
people are
died.
confused about how you got pregnant.
Harambe died. Did you see that? What are we doing? SNL predicting the future. Harambe, R.I.P. Okay? Listen, what are we talking about? Charlotte, man, she had to go. She had to go inevitably. They couldn't continue. Oh, she's pregnant now for 12 months. She's still pregnant? Okay. We had to let that story just fade away.
Why?
Fade
Do you know
away.
how insulting it is to have someone look at you and say, who got you pregnant? I'll tell you who, Mr. Weekend Update and his latex allergy.
Hey. We're going to stop with that, okay? Some people think that you got pregnant via immaculate conception.
Yeah, it was immaculate in that you immaculated, then I immaculated 3 times back to back.
All right. Stupid. I mean, yeah, dude. We all knew there were lines wrapped around the building. Why is everything a scam? Why is everything a scam, dude? Like, why is everything in this country a damn scam? Like, literally, we've got celebrities and influencers are still now in 2024. We're hawking crypto coins. We've got literally, I was just at Michael Ruben's white party with Caitlyn Jenner, and and I was talking with her and her beautiful girlfriend, and she says, yes, you've got this crypto coin. They scammed me. Can you believe it, Levi? They scammed me. And it's just these, and they don't even know it's 2024 and we're still getting rug pull, celebrity crypto scams. Everyone's involved. Like, it's why The news is fake. The debates are terrible. The candidates are dying. The zoo, you can't be trusted. You can't be trusted. And it's just, we can only hope. We can only pray to, like I said last week, one of our Lord and Saviors. It's Flavor Flav. Hey, listen, this is your weekly reminder. It's your weekly freaking reminder, dude, that you need to do everything in your power to help me and everyone I know and care about and Flavor Flav save Red Lobster.
Nah, we ain't letting Red Lobster close. I'm going to try to help save them. I'm going to try to help use my popularity and my notoriety to help save Red Lobster.
Let's
save the lobster, G. We got to save the lobster.
We got to save the lobster, G. We got to save the lobster. Listen, my G's, if we all come together, we've got a plan. We're going to get to phase 2 of this plan. It's saving Red Lobster right now. This is it. We're in phase 2. We're here. We're behind and supporting and doing everything we can for Flavor Flav, okay? He's out here ordering everything on the menu. Listen, the Wad Pot, we're at 1 million views, but unfortunately, in most cases on YouTube, 1 million views equals like $0, okay? Ask David Dobrik. And so it's just, for us, it's not happening just quite yet. So we can afford like half the menu, okay? And so I feel like with that plus phase 2 that we're about to initiate with Flavor Flav's help, and of course, the help of Vistaprint, we couldn't do it without the help of our friends over at Vistaprint, where you can get 1 million business cards for like 94 cents total, shipped, free shipping overnight. They'll send you 1 billion business cards for only 94 cents. It's crazy. Use promo code FlavorFlav at Vistaprint.
And I was dead serious when I took that picture, Dana. I was not joking. As you can see, I had
not joking.
A big sea,
Either way.
A sea of plates on the table. I could have got on the diving board and just did a 2.5 into the sea of plates. Since 1987, I've been taking my whole family to Red Lobsters, and Red Lobsters has always been one of my favorite spots to go to. You know what I'm saying? So when I heard that they were trying to shut down
years for Flav.
the doors and some of the stores, I said, you know what? We can't let this rock. We can't let this rock like that. Yo, the cheese biscuits are amazing. The shrimp scampi, amazing.
The shrimp scampi is Flavor Flav's favorite, and you can't deny the biscuits. And so we're here. We're at phase 3, and we're doing our part. Listen, we can't internally in the studio actually physically go and consume the Red Lobster ourselves. We have a bad experience. Meg's with the boy and the pregnancy. It was terrible. She had Red Lobster. She threw it all up in the parking lot. We don't go there. It's kind of it's one of those, it's like that college vodka kind of thing. You'll never drink it again. And so it's, that situation for us. So what we're doing is we're initiating phase 2, and we are sending out, we've got, bang, $50. We've got $50 in gift cards. This is what we can afford, and we're shipping them out. We're shipping them out, okay? Here they go in the envelope. We're shipping them out. We're sending them to our friends at the 280 Plus Studios. Shout out to Los. Shout out to him and his family. Let's get the address on there. Bada bing. Bada boom. Let me just do that. 127 Street, 037. XO. Love always. WadPod. Well, we got to put an ad here. wadpod.com/YouTube because we have 1 million views. Okay, dude, it's going out. Here it goes. I'm putting the seal on it right now. $50. We're doing it one step at a time. If we can do this every week with the help of Flavor Flav, with the help of you guys, with the help of UPS, we'll probably get a sponsorship from, we probably have a, I think, do we have a shit? We don't have a stamps.com link, but we'll probably get one. So then it can be a whole thing and we'll save Red Lobster. Okay. It's going to be a blast. And so that's going to our friend. Next week, we'll send it to somebody else. If you want to help save Red Lobster, show me that you've done what I just did and send your friend a gift card, and then I'll reimburse you for it so you can go buy another person another gift card to save Red Lobster. We all have to do our part. Flavor Flav's doing it. We're doing it. I mean, it's just the Cheddar Bay biscuit. We buy them at the store. That's how I do it too. I buy them at the store. The ones you can make at home, they're delicious. I like a little bisque with my pot roast, if you know what I mean. So, you know what I mean? We're going to get those gift cards in the mail. The envelope is sealed. There's no way of getting those gift cards out. It's happening. So be on the lookout. Shout out to the 280 Plus podcast. We'll get that sent out right away. You know what I mean? It's going to be a fantastic time. And so then hopefully he can go. Maybe he'll give one. Maybe use one gift. There you go. Lowe's, if you're listening, use one gift card, give the other one to someone else so that they can then, you know what I mean? We can like, boom, tag team it. And then you can pass the favor on. So then hopefully they pass it on. We'll save Red Lobster one Flavor Flav full menu buy at a time. So check out your local Red Lobster this weekend. We're going to save them. We're going to save them. And we're going to save them from bankruptcy. And, it's kind of it's our food episode. Listen, the 4th of July, I have a confession to make. Everything that I said in the beginning of the video, in this episode of the podcast that you're listening to, I know you haven't made it this far in, so it's fine. That was all a fabrication. I made it up. I'm sorry. It was a joke. Okay, what really happened on the 4th of July is something just a little bit sadder. It's an American story. It's an American dream. It's an American situation. It's an American, listen, my memory as from my childhood, I guess at times can be fuzzy according to Sandy Dunkel, but I'm pretty sure it's spot on, okay? So when I tell you that I'm almost positive that multiple years and at pretty much any point in time, we could go drive directly up to the parking lot, across the bridge, down the thing, and park in and near, right in the parking lot of City Island. And we would walk up the stairs, and we would go over to the side of the thing, and we would set up a blanket, and we would watch fireworks on the 4th of July. And that's the childhood memory that I recall. And I'm almost positive that happened. I'm pretty sure it happened multiple times, because why wouldn't it? But now, in 2024, not a single park, not a single street, not a single bridge, not a single spot, a light. It is bumper to bumper traffic. The police have every other street blocked off. The parks are blocked off by the police. The streets are blocked off by parked cars. And it's absolute chaos. We spent 45 minutes to an hour just driving around, trying to figure out where to go, navigating anxiety, trying not to hit the people walking, not to hit the thousands of people still driving, not to hit the parked cars. The immense mess that the 5 blocks from each way of City Island and Harrisburg on the east and west coast, on the east and west shore, was absolutely an utter chaos, to the point where people started retreating away from that sign and sought refuge in a Perkins parking lot. And one of those people was us, because I didn't know where to go. We tried going to a park, couldn't go. Blocked off by the police, parking spots, people everywhere. Like, it just wasn't happening. You couldn't do it. Impossible. You had to turn around. And then you couldn't get onto the island. That was blocked off by police. We were blocked off by police trying to get out of traffic. And I said, hey, police, can you help me? Your squad car is blocking my view. He said, oh, just inch up. He didn't even look. He didn't direct the traffic. He said, oh, inch up. These are the wise words of the local police on the 4th of July. Just inch up. They're about as good as the hospital telling my fiance when she has COVID just to eat crackers and ginger ale and she'll feel better soon. These are the wise words of our public servants, okay? And so I just inched up, almost caused an accident because their police responder was blocking the view because they were worried about the people sitting on the corner of the sidewalk trying to watch the fireworks. And so it just was complete and utter chaos. We sat in the Perkins parking lot and the fireworks barely reached over the roof. We stared at the logo of the restaurant all evening and it was a disaster. We left 15 minutes in. The boy said he had fun, but we're going to attempt to completely redo that in a 180 fashion next year because it was insanity. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know how it became that. I don't know how so many people, I swear, when we were children, it was just, there was like, no one was there. Like it was, we've now gone from a place in time where it was like hundreds of people to now thousands, if not tens of thousands of people flooding to this one area just to see fireworks. And I mean, it's fine. Like I get it. It's the 4th of July, but it was just not the experience we were expecting. So we sat in the Perkins parking lot and our Perkins, I mean, I'll tell you what happens at our Perkins, about 6 months ago, they got their marquee updated. And I'll tell you what, the Perkins in our area, guess what? Their strawberry pie is back. Okay. If you couldn't think of something more exciting than to have Perkins strawberry pie back on the menu, you're not living. Get to your local Perkins, get some strawberry pie. Do you know what I mean? That's all you have to do. It's what you need to do as an American citizen. So the fact that we were in the parking lot, did I get some pie? Of course not. It's disgusting. No one wants Perkins pie. Also, they're hiring still, and they have been for the last 18 months. Listen, they're done. It's a ship brand. Places like Perkins, Denny's, IHOP, they all need to go. Them with Applebee's, get them out. Like we could stand to lose and never open another new location for any of those chains, but yet we will probably on a weekly basis. And so Perkins now has decided that First Watch is stealing all their thunder. Perkins said, hey, no one's coming here for breakfast anymore because everyone's going to the fancy schmancy First Watch. Okay, they've got white walls and a modern aesthetic. And so if you don't have white walls and a modern aesthetic and a farm-to-table atmosphere and the vibe of the new spot to go when your customers have been awake since 4 or 5 a.m., they've had their fruit juice, they've had their vitamins, they've already done a 3-mile around the neighborhood, and they're ready for breakfast, they're not coming to Perkins, okay? They're going to First Watch where they know they can get their scrambler bowl, their lavender drink, maybe if they're a little sweet, maybe some cinnamon twist, French toast, it's the spot to be. It's why they're taking over. It's why they're the modernistic new breakfast spot, not open, past 2:00. Hey, you want a bagel? Forget about it. Bagels aren't modern enough for First Watch. If you thought for any second and any moment in your life, you could go to a First Watch restaurant, diner, whatever you want to call it for breakfast, and get a bagel with some cream cheese or like a little butter, or just a bagel sandwich, like a breakfast sandwich instead of toast, a bagel, get the fuck out. It's not modern enough. They don't do bagels, okay? It's not hipster enough. And so Perkins has caught on. Something Denny's has been trying to do, but has failed to do it because their prices are too cheap. Perkins, on the other hand, I don't know how they have any money, but they're still doing it. And so they started in 1958. Good Lord, not sure how they're still a thing. As a pancake house in Ohio. They're rebranding with a new name and new logo, redesigned restaurants, and revamped menu items. Perkins Restaurants and Bakeries will be now known as Perkins American Food Company. Oh, it's modern. Perkins American Food Company. The 66-year-old company's website and social media channels are already sporting the new look, and guests will start seeing the brand refresh beginning next week on signage inside current locations. Yep, there they are. White walls, wooden accents, black, wood, white. It's modern. Let's go. Perkins is back. You guys thought, hey, you guys thought we were getting those restaurants that haven't opened in this area forever like now? No way. No way. We're getting a revamped Perkins. And look at what they think will be their leading menu item. The rebrand includes revamped menu items, more value offerings, and additional to a loyalty program coming soon. Of course, you can't be a chain restaurant in America without an app collecting all of our data, getting the points and rewards. For every $1 you spend, get a free appetizer the next time you come in. It's part of the gig. Listen, so that's coming soon. The first new menu items will reportedly include limited time offering called, get this, the decked out double burger. Okay. This thing is heinous. It has what looks like a falling apart bottom bun because it cannot handle the disgustingness of what's on top of it. 2 giant beef patties, what looks like melted pepper jack cheese, and then on top of that, probably some queso cheese. I think tater tots, bacon, onions, avocado slices. Maybe, is there mushrooms in there? Is there a description of this? I mean, what happens when you do this? It's disgusting. Look at it. Ugh. Wow. And so we're supposed to go here and order. Wow. Look at the bakery, all modern and simple. This is the downfall. How do they, welcome to the food episode. Guess what? Arby's, I think they're also in trouble. Here's the thing about Arby's. Arby's is filing for bankruptcy, I think. And so Arby's bankruptcy. So yeah, let's pull this up. I think Arby's is filing. Arby's franchise files for Chapter 11. Oh, is this just like a single? Oh, here we go. There's a couple listed. Here's the thing about Arby's. Indiana, Texas, Illinois, Mississippi, Louisiana. No one's buying Arby's. You know why? Because actual roast beef barbecue is so prominent in those areas. Why would you even think to offer roast beef or anything similar in Indiana, Texas, Illinois, Mississippi, and Louisiana? If you think anyone in their right mind isn't getting roast beef from, Mission Barbecue or Dickey's over Arby's in any of those states, you're insane. So they're filing for bankruptcy. Listen, the burgers, this whole scam, it's another scam of the episode. This whole scam that Arby's is running, in the sense of the fact that, like, dude, our Arby's, every time we drive by it, it says burger different here. because they think their burgers taste good. Newsflash for you folks. Arby's doesn't have flat tops, and Arby's doesn't have grills, and Arby's doesn't have flame broilers. They don't have anything of the sorts. So the burgers are dropped off in a baggie, okay? And they're half cooked in boiling water. So headquarters puts the burgers, they form them into patties, this fake Wagyu meat. They form them into patties, and then they put them in baggies and put them in boiling water for like 15 minutes to partially cook them. And then the employees of Arby's, when you pull into that drive-thru and ask for one of these burgers, they take it out of the baggie and they put it in the deep fryer and then serve it to you just to crisp it up a little bit. And Arby's says that by putting it in the deep fryer, it gives you that nice, delicious, golden, crispy outside crunch of a burger, maintaining the moisture inside from the previous cook. And so Arby's thinks that they are not only in some form or fashion competing with the roast beefs of the world. Like, listen, some people, mainly the mental ones, some people like Roy Rogers, some people, but listen, roast beef isn't meant to be a fast food out to eat situation. It's supposed to sit. It's supposed to cook at home in a slow cooker or a crock pot or in a smoker. It's supposed to be juicy. It's not supposed to be on a bun with Cheese Whiz. Although I will admit a beef and cheddar is rather delicious from time to time, it's not enough. It's not enough to stay open. Close it down. Close down the Arby's. And so this is some other bullshit news that we found this week, is that a national, listen to this, and this just hits home. This is why it's hilarious. 2 buffet restaurants in central Pennsylvania, listen to this, make nationwide best of list. So someone traveled the entire continental United States, every single state, California, Texas, New York, North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, Florida, Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Washington, Maine, Connecticut. They traveled everywhere. And on their list of top buffets in the country, mind you, there are buffets that serve delicious, all-you-can-eat, juicy crab legs and shrimp and other seafood served fresh in this country. There's listen, Florida, Duke, you tell me there's not fresh seafood buffets in Florida on the coast the whole way around this country? And central Pennsylvania has somehow made the cut. Okay? And of course, they're both from Lancaster County, okay? They've been voted number 1 and number 3 in the top 10. Number 1 and number 3 in the top 10. This has to be a mistake. There's no way. And of course, it's Shady Maple. I just asked my family this TikTok era, this obsession. People from central Pennsylvania don't go to Shady Maple. You go to Shady Maple once or twice for your birthday, maybe for a friend's birthday, because it's free on your birthday. But other than that, we are not obsessed with Shady Maple Smorgasbord, okay? It's crowded. It's just PA Dutch, bacon, eggs, pancakes. Fuck it. What do you want? If you want a platter of bacon, all you can eat pancakes, hash browns, eggs, the whole fucking menu for like $10, go to Denny's. For like less than for the same price. Go to McDonald's. They have the same quality breakfast. The whole draw to Shady Maple Smorgasbord is the breakfast. And like the dinner food, the lunch food, like fucking fatty prime rib, like wedding quality, not that great, like prime meat steak, like half-baked rubber chicken dinner. Like what can someone please tell me? Is it the chocolate banana? Is it the banana pudding? Is that what it is? The banana pudding is it's got cocaine. It has cocaine in it. It has to. What is the draw to Shady Maple Smorgasbord? There is not a single time. There's not a single time that I can think of in the last 12 years, in the last 12 to 15, 20 plus years, where any of me or anyone around me has ever said, hey, let's go to Shady Maple Smorgasbord. And on top of all that, no one in their right mind has ever said, unless it's maybe your parents or your grandparents because they heard it from a friend, but no one in our age group, not a millennial, not a Gen Z, not a TikToker, not a single person I know has ever said, hey, you want to go to the number 3 spot in the country, Miller's Smorgasbord in Lancaster County? Get the fuck out. Who's making the list? Number 2 in 20, according to New Orleans, the 20 nominees, USA Today, Where's the list? Give me the whole, because this can't be USA Today's 10 best. Here we go. Give me the list. Let's find it. I should have a producer that does this for me, but we don't make enough money yet. Okay, here we go. Cinzetti's Italian Feast. That makes sense. Brookshaw's Old Country Store. See, now that sounds Nostalgia Jacksonville, Tennessee, old school ice cream parlor, park buffet, restaurant, and general store setting. That sounds delicious. That makes sense. North Country Steak Buffet, Wisconsin. Probably some of the best steak you'll ever get. Tomato Cafe, Albuquerque, New Mexico. That sounds delicious. Red Ginger Buffet, Elizabethton, Tennessee. Offering an array of Asian cuisine, Red Ginger Buffet offers diners everything from curry chicken, hot spicy beef, egg drop soup, fried rice, fried zucchini. You'll definitely be going back. Yeah, that sounds delicious. Casey's Buffet, Wilmington, North Carolina. Probably an array of seafood. Where's it at? There it is. Boom, bam, boom. Barbecue, North Carolina barbecue, fried chicken. Yes, delicious. You know what I mean? Cherry cheesecake. Includes bread pudding. I knew it. It's the pudding. This guy who made the list likes the pudding. I knew it. Here's one in Florida, number 4. You know what I mean? And then number 3, Miller's Smorgasbord, Ronks, Pennsylvania. What have they got? Chicken corn soup, baked ham with cider sauce, and PA Dutch shoe fly pie. Hey, let's put them at the number 3 spot for one of the most innovative dishes on the planet. Number 2, the Court of Two Sisters. I can only imagine eggs Benedict, shrimp en tafouille, chicken and sausage gumbo that's probably been simmering in the pot for 24 plus hours. It sounds delicious. It deserves to be number 2, but number 1, in no chance in hell, should ever be the Shady Maple Smorgasbord. It's because of the 200-foot long line. Shady Maple Smorgasbord claiming to be because they're the largest buffet in America. God damn it. Listen, you can be the largest buffet in America, but just because you have 12 different types of pudding, 12 different variation of tater tots, the ones with the smiley face, curly fries, straight fries, squiggly fries, we get it. You've got a big, tall conventioner oven. You can put 30 racks of shit on it, just like we had in high school. It's nothing new. I've been around the block. Okay, I understand. You're pouring out 800 tons of bacon every morning. You're making 8,000 pounds of scrambled eggs every morning. But like, hey man, it's nothing special. Shady Maple Smorgasbord, claiming to be the largest buffet in America, serves delectable Pennsylvania Dutch dishes in East Earle, Pennsylvania. The well-prepared comfort food offers on a 200-foot-long smorgasbord, and the space is designed to offer a cafeteria style. Exactly, it's a cafeteria. It's not even a fine quality dining. You get better service at frickin' Captain George's Seafood Buffet, where you can fill the table with delicious, giant, meat-filled crab legs for only $50. You're paying $50 for breakfast at Smorgasbord. It's less than that, but it's almost $50. It's just one of the most heinous obsessions that this country has with this smorgasbord. I'm not trying to hate on it, but the cafeteria style, it's like you're in a hospital. The gift shop downstairs, and the birthday specials are popular because it's a free. If it's your birthday, you don't have to pay the $29.99, whatever the cost is. It's so heinous. We have no desire to go. It must be me. It must be a me thing, because there should be, where's not a single, where's you're telling me you went to Captain George's? It's in multiple states on the East Coast. I think there's 5 locations, maybe 6. Not a single one of them made it in. For what? Why? You piece of shit. It's actually quite literally insane. And it's so Perkins is doing the modern thing now. Who else is going modern? Oh, Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel. Listen to this. Cracker Barrel's done, dude. They're tired. They're sick and tired. Cracker Barrel's sick and tired of being, they're sick and tired of being the racist restaurant. Let's face it. The only people who go to Cracker Barrel willingly on a regularly basis are anyone who is at this point in time 50 plus. And so it's just they don't have booths. It's rickety, falling apart chairs and tables because that's the atmosphere they're going for. The decor is disgusting. The gift shop, I can't wait to get rid of. The gift shop is just filled with garbage and just candy and just bullshit for the kids to pick up and break. So then you have to buy it. And it's just one of the most heinous, outdated business models. So they're getting the same paint job. They've hired the same painting company as Perkins. So what's going to happen now is you're going to start seeing every single Cracker Barrel down the highway. They're probably going to get a new sign. They're going to get a modern logo. Probably no more rocking chair. Guarantee that's coming. And then they're going to start remodeling every single one of these things. They're going to get rid of the stars. I guarantee it, because that's a hierarchy mess. Because people get up in there with 12 years of waiting experience, but they have to start at a 1 star and work their way up at the Cracker Barrel. But guess what? Kathy, the 1 star, has a shit ton more experience and knows way more about the industry than this dumb bit over here who's got 4. And so because she's been at Cracker Barrel for 18 months, she's got 4 stars. That'll go away. The gift shops, that's definitely going away. The rickety tables, all of the shit on the walls will be brand new. They will be brand new. They will be absolutely brand new. Booths, white walls, boarded, black accents, wood tabletops. It's going to be the year of modernization. Who do we have left? Listen, Applebee's and Chili's. Chili's will do the remodel too. Applebee's will probably file for bankruptcy. And so once everyone else is on board for the modernization of the American chain restaurant, it'll be a good day. It'll be a fun time for everyone. It'll be like you're just going to the same place because they all have the same menus now. It doesn't matter if you go to Chili's. It doesn't matter if you now go to Perkins. Look at this burger. We showed you the burger. Look at the burger. It doesn't matter. If you go to Perkins, you're going to get thick frozen patties that's sloppily put together from some guy who's fresh out, probably on parole, on the line, in the back, cooking your burger. Now, he's been cooking. He's been cooking for Buffalo Wild Wings, diners, chain, Chili's, left and right. He's been cooking his entire life. So your burger's going to be just fine, but it's going to be a freaking mess because he can only work with the tools that are given to him, and he thinks he's Gordon Ramsay. And so what the issue is that all of the menus are the same. You can't go to any restaurant without there being jumbo cheeseburgers. You can't go to any restaurant without there being the onion ring, the french fries, the same appetizers, the Brussels sprout, the fucking... Every single restaurant now gets all of their shit from the same suppliers, and it's one of the worst things. Oh, and guess what? Fucking potato cake. Oh, breaking news. This just in. Potato cakes are back at Arby's. Fucking kill yourself, dude. Listen, there's nothing else. There's nothing else we love than a good comeback story. So let's pray. Let's pray for our friends at Red Lobster. Let's pray for our friends at Arby's. Let's pray for our friends at Perkins. Let's pray for our friends at Applebee's. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Say it with me. I know you know the words. All praise the Cheddar Bay Biscuit gods. Please bring us hope. Please see that these gift cards are delivered to our friend Los at the 280 Plus podcast so we can not only save Red Lobster, hopefully he hears us and we'll save Perkins. We'll save Arby's. We'll save Applebee's. We'll save Chili's. We'll save the chain restaurants of America, dear Lord, because once Biden and everything else and the government, once they figure out what's going on, who's in, who's out, who's going to win, who's in jail, who's prosecuted, who's not, we're going to need places to eat once we can afford things again, me Lord, because groceries are too expensive and we need places to go because they're all the same and all the B restaurants aren't cutting it like Duke's and all those other places that are not really the fast foods, but not really the chain restaurants either, but they're still kind of shitty. And so we're praying to you, the Cheddar Bay Biscuit gods, if you could please hear us now, that we need you now more than ever to save our friends at not only Red Lobster, but Perkins, Arby's, and a few other chain restaurants, Cheddar Bay Biscuits, please. First and foremost, thank you. Amen. And if that doesn't get you going, I don't know what does. But hey, I know what will, folks. And if you're listening to this now, if you're listening to this Saturday, if you're listening to this Sunday morning, hopefully when you're waking up, it's freaking Game of Thrones season, baby. Last week was a redeemer. Last week was a freaking killers episode of the House of the Dragon. We loved it so much. Carlos and I went 90 minutes. If you haven't checked out this week's House of Dragon episode, do that. Then go watch, recap, and record. Our episode's just as long, if not longer, than the actual episode. We loved it. We broke down every scene. We broke down every meaning, facts. We had Easter eggs. We had spoilers. We had stuff that they didn't even cover in the episode. We had stuff that the producers didn't even cover in the after the episode segment. We should be, I think at this point in time, I'm pretty sure we're the #1 House of the Dragon recap podcast. Prove me wrong. Find me someone else doing it bigger. I'm sure there's YouTubers, but I doubt there's podcasters. Find them. Let's collab. Let's figure it out. I would venture to guess that last week's episode of Recap and Record is probably one of our best pieces of work. I was so excited by that episode. I was so good with the rants, the fucking commentary, Carlos and I together. It's fucking killer. And I can only imagine coming up, I just posted 18 stills. If you're not following me on Twitter, go check out my thread. It's like fucking 5 or 6 tweets. I've got like 20 different shots, high quality HD shots of this week's episode 4 House of the Dragon, because it's going to be one of the most, I think, insane episodes of TV that we're going to see in a long time. A lot of people who have already seen it have commented so on it, and the build up and everything that's happened thus far, we know what's about to happen next. We're getting dragons, we're getting fight, we're getting war, we're getting scared faces, we're getting death. Someone has to go. I think someone is going to go next week, and I can't wait to see who it is. We almost got a little battle last week. Last week was crazy. Like, it's I said it, Carlos just posted the clip, man. House of the Dragon has got to be one of the best prequel shows, maybe hands down one of the best television shows on TV right now. I mean, who else? What other contenders? I mean, we said in the episode, Better Call Saul, I get it. Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad have my respects in their own right. But I think as far as, I think, man, this might, with everything with Game of Thrones, I understand that season 8 wasn't really it for a lot of people, but with everything else that they attempted to tell us and portray and do in that series, and now what we have gathered and seen from season 1, and now what is thus far known for season 2 of this season, and the books and the lore and the behind the scenes and the facts and just the everything and the Easter eggs and the intertwining of the stories and the kid and this with the dagger. It's the same dagger that killed the ice that Arya used to kill the king. And it's one of, I think, the top. If it's not number 1, it's easily number 2, if not in the top 3. I'll take your opinions in the comments below. But if you're not watching House of the Dragon, I get it. It's a little gory. Megs won't be watching, but it's the story, the lore, the book, the everything we know, the characters, the fun, the everything. It just makes so much sense. And it does. I don't think it's going to get better. We're going to see this season. I mean, I think this week's episode, Sunday's episode, is going to be explosive. And then I think towards the end of the season, we'll get 4 more episodes, and that's it. We'll get probably 1 or 2 more explosive episodes, but it's going to be wild. Buckle up. It's going to be crazy. So if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't been listening on Spotify or YouTube or wherever else we're posting, get with the Recap and Record podcast. And you know what? You know what I mean? You can, if you're local, if you had just gotten done eating at one of the country's number 1 or number 3 buffets in the world, aka Shady, Maple, or Miller's, drive your chubby butt down to freaking Fantasy Axe Throwing and throw some axes and use promo code Westeros for $5 off every Sunday that House of the Dragon's on, brought to you by the Recap and Record podcast, and of course our friends and family and owners of the newest and latest and greatest business and axe throwing experience, axe throwing arena in central Pennsylvania. It's not your typical place, folks. Listen, they've got the Enchanted Forest. They've got the King's Castle. They're out here. They've got the Vikings Lair. They've got the Warlock's Room. They've got themed rooms for big parties, small parties, date nights, anything, family, friends, fun. It's insane. FantasyAxeThrowing.com. And they're out here killing it on the media game. Not only the social media game, because we taught them well, but they're killing it on that front. They got those ABC 27 stories. They've got interviews coming. They've got a podcast coming, interview with a local guy we know. It's crazy. Shout out to Paul. Shout out to his podcast. They're doing it up big at Fantasy Axe Throwing. So if you want a little bit of moolah off, if you want a little shaved off from that smorgasbord cost, use promo code Westeros on a Sunday if House of the Dragon's on, and you'll get $5 off every thrower. Shout out to our friends there. We've been there. We're hanging out. We're having a good time with them. So it's crazy. It's never been better. It's never been a better time to be a fan of TV, HBO. I mean, I'm so glad I'm paying for it. It's well worth it just for this show alone, let alone the rest of the library and everything we have access to. So I can't wait. So check that out on Sunday. Check out Recap and Record, of course, dropping every Monday. That episode's out now. Carlos just dropped another interview with a guest on 280 Plus. Check that out. Listen, that's it for us this week, folks. My name's Levi McCurdy. Thank you guys for listening to another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. Okay. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We gained like this freaking Biden clip that we posted last week is doing dummy now. It went from like 1,000 to like 25,000. Now it's going up. We're gaining subscribers every day. We're almost at 1,700 with your help. wadpod.com/YouTube. Shout out to all of our friends over there who are liking and watching videos. Shout out to you if you click on it, if Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you're coming from. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the likes and the comments and the channels and everything else that you're doing for this What Are We Doing podcast. Until next week, the 4th of July, what a crazy party. I swear to God, it was insane. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody. Bye.